Hey, Angie. Happy New Year. I got to remember to say that. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hi, Missy. Happy New Year to you too. Hi, Flo. My cat's over here. I think she's getting ready to jump up on here. Get my voice rolling here. I got a banana and some lemon water. Hi, Marguerite. Hi, Rachel, if you're watching. So, yeah, hope everybody had a good last couple of days, New Year's. Pamela, Joyce, Barbara, and have been enjoying the streamathon. Let's see. Anne, hi, Anne. We're both using some calendars. I'm going to talk about yours too. Anne Lahr did she streamed last night from like 11 to 1, and she redid like collage over calendars. I'm going to, of course, cut mine up, Anne. But I wanted to shout you out because we were thinking calendars, New Year. And so I really like the way you collaged over yours. Hi, Janet. I hope you're doing a little better this morning. Janet's had a flu/cold, and the last week or almost week. So, but she said she was going to be here this morning, nothing was going to stop her, and she's going to stream at 1, last I heard. So she can maybe give us an update. Little sister Cheryl, hi, Riri. Stacy, so hi to Pamela, Missy, hi, Debbie Bruce. Happy New Year to you as well. Dawn, let's see, Patricia, try to catch everybody as they come in. Anna. Good morning. Let's see. Scrolling. I'll try to catch everybody at the beginning. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all have been enjoying the streamathon. And thank you again to Raul and Miriam for hosting it this year. Hi, Pixie. And black screen. I don't know what that's about. Conspiracy chicken. Joyce, let's see, Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society. I think she's talking to Janet to make her feel better. I'm okay, still okay. Okay, all right. Well, you have a mute button if you need to blow the nose on your stream, Janet. You have a mute button. Hi, Kimberly. Let's see. But I'm glad you're up and about, and hopefully you can, you'll feel better by 1 this afternoon. Janet Nash streams right after me today at 11:30 to 1. So look for Janet Nash from 11:30 to 1, and then Janet Young comes on from 1 to 4. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to click on that, Janet. If people are here and see that, then good for them. Hi, Debbie. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. I got to turn my camera up just a little bit there. Let's tilt it up. There we go. Hi, 3G, Stitch It Pam, Terry Brett. I think I said hi. Did I say hi to Terry Brett? Terry Brett posted if y'all follow Terry Brett, you need to follow her on IG so you can see she does all the prompts in comics, and they're really good. Hi, sister. Speaking of sister, I'll have to show y'all my Barbie photography if y'all missed it. I'll show it to you on my Facebook, I think. Here, let's see. Let's see. I just want to go to my home page. So yeah, I did a New Year's Eve, and of course, our sister doll, so she's been dating the same guy for a while now. Denise bought 2 new tuxes for the guys. So the guys, because she said, Sister, she can't be going out with this guy that doesn't dress to her standard because Sister dresses up. So here's my let me turn off the overhead light. Hang on. And it's on Instagram as well. As well. But anyway, so let me go ahead and show you the pictures. So here's my New Year's Eve. Let's see, which way are we going? This way. So there's Sister and her date. And so, yeah, I had fun. I used the vintage dresses from Zandra. This one, Denise loved this one. I think she wanted this dress for herself. So and so, yeah, let's see here. So there's a close-up of them. If you go over to my Instagram, you can see them better. But yeah, so we set them up for a New Year's Eve date thing, and then I just put New Year's Eve here or Happy New Year here. So yeah. So yeah, Sister's date, came through. He came through. Hi, Scrap Girl 12. Hi, Raul. Thank you. And Miriam again for all the work you did to put the streamathon together. And you can go, let me find, you can click on Raul or Miriam in their community tab. We'll have a full list of all the streamers from all day yesterday and going into today. So you can see all the streamers and rewatch them. Everybody records. Hi, Dolly Face Diva, Linda Patrick, Pamela B. Let's see. Scrolling. Like to catch everybody. Hi, CK. Santa Barbara, Riri. Okay, so I think I've caught up. Remember, if you're talking to me, to put it in caps, make sure you have your settings at least 720. I am streaming in 1080, so you could click either one of those for a better quality. If it gets blurry, then make sure you check your settings, and that goes for the recordings as well. Not just mine, but anybody's. Make sure you always try to watch everybody's recordings in the highest quality that you can. And also make sure that you have all messages clicked at the top of the chat. It always defaults to top messages, so you don't see all the chat, and that goes for the recordings as well. You don't see all the chat unless you actually click all messages at the top of the chat window. And that's especially nice to do that when we're going to have a giveaway. We're going to give away. So we're going to give away some inserts today, and I'm going to show you some ways that we can do that or use them. I did pull out some of my old ones. That these are not planners per se, but you'll get the idea of the style of decorating that we're going to do in a planner. So I have one here that we're going to start with, and we're going to use a calendar. So we are going to use a new 2024 calendar, but you don't have to use a calendar. I also have a bunch of ephemera here. I'm just going to do that just because it might make it a little easier for you to do it month by month. Also, and I wanted to shout out Ann Lar, who streamed last night 11 to 1. She also used a calendar in her project, but she decorated over the old calendar or over the pages. She collaged over her calendar. We're going to, of course, cut ours up. We always cut ours up. And also, if you have a Books A Million, the first week of February, at least it always has been for many years, the first week of February at Books A Million, they have all their calendars go on sale for $3. So that includes the little planner calendars, the small calendars, the large calendars. They all go on sale for $3. Hi, Mirkwood. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Mirkwood, you have to click all at the top of the messages. I mean, at the top of the chat window. You have to do that. Everybody has to do it. All God's children got to do it. Uh, yes, Anne did a cool project. So Anne Lar, if you missed Anne Lar, she's in the list of the streamers. She came on like from 11 to 1, and she did a collage over the calendar. So let's see. Who else? Jennifer McKinnon. I'm trying to put it in caps if you're talking to me. If you have a question or anything, put it in caps. So I did want to shout her out and tell y'all about the $3 calendar, so I can throw that post-it note away. I have post-it notes. I wanted to make sure I did not want to forget to thank Raul and Miriam for all the work that they did. I mean, not that I have a hard time remembering them. They're especially like Raul's here, but I did want to make sure and shout out Raul and Miriam for all the work they did to put the streamathon together the last all day yesterday and today. So thank you again, Raul and Miriam. Let's see, Kitty Jen, Shelly Allred. Let me get me another sip of my wine. Remember, I got a squeaky chair. But it's my favorite chair. I'm not getting rid of it as long as it just doesn't fall to the ground. So I did take a bite of banana, so my voice is going this morning. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? We'll go to 11:30, and then Janet Nash is from 11:30 to 1, and then Janet Young is from 1 to 4. And Janet will be showing and talking about the scavenger hunt. She announces it every year during her time during the streamathon. She announces the scavenger hunt for the coming year. And you have 3 months. You have 3 months to do the scavenger hunt. And if you finish it, then you can message Janet. She'll tell you all about it, but then you can message Janet, be entered into a drawing to win a prize if you complete it. So you have January, February, and March. I think it's April 1st. April Fool's Day is usually when she ends it. So you have 3 months to do the scavenger hunt. So she'll talk about it on her stream today. So yeah, scavenger hunt. I know, right? Everybody loves Janet's scavenger hunt. So I won't talk about it. I'll let Janet do all her happiness for that. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Let's see. Who else am I missing? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So first off, this is a calendar I'm going to use. And we're going to call it, you can either call it I titled this "Remake Your Year" because we're going to remake the calendar. But you can make it into a planner. I'm making mine, and if y'all were here last week when I talked about I'm redoing my Society of Idea Collector notebook, I'm turning this into my. It's not really for me, it's not a planner so much, but it's going to be my thankful journal. So you can turn your calendar into a planner, a thankfulness journal, you can turn it into just pretty much anything you want. So we're going to get into that in a minute. So we're going to stencil, stamp, got washi tape. Of course, you can do whatever supplies you have. I have a whole bunch of ephemera sitting here. I got envelopes because I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away 4 of these today, 2 US and 2 international. So we're going to do a streamathon giveaway today of some blank planners. And if I counted right, you can get a month out of each one. So you can buy these in sets of 3. Usually, I know my Hobby Lobby has them in sets of 3. They're on sale all the time. Normally $9.99 for 3 of them, and they go for 40% off every 3rd week or something like that. So you can get a pack of 3, at least at Hobby Lobby, for about $5 or $6. Amazon, I know, has them. You can buy them. These ones are from Books A Million, I think, or these Hobby Lobby. Let's see. No, these are Hobby Lobby ones, but you can get plain ones like this. You can get them at Barnes & Noble. You can get them on Amazon. So they're not hard to find. And if you do 1 a month, then you don't have to even worry about you don't have to put them in a notebook like this. You can just keep 1 a month. and I'm going to show you how to decorate a month. We're going to do January, and we're going to use this calendar. I did buy this calendar, 50% off right now. Books A Million has their calendars 50% off, but the first week of February they all go on sale for $3. But you can find calendars all over the place for 50% off right now. So we're going to do that. We're going to give away 4 of these today. And I just have a black plain one here to do our project with. Okay. So I do have my notes here, so I don't forget to tell you anything. I do have these. I haven't used them yet. I did buy a set of stamp set Hobby Lobby when they had a sale, and for all the months. But you don't have to do stamping. But you might have other stamp sets. Like this one has the numbers. You can do it individually. 14, 15, 20, 21, you can recombine them. You don't have to have them already done like this. I also like to write mine, so I'll probably do a couple different pages. One I'll probably write with it, one I might stamp with it, just to show you all the different ones. All right, but a couple of things here first before we get started. I got a couple of cards since the last time we talked. One was Mary's. Mary, I love your tatting. So Mary got hers out a little late, but none of us care. So thank you, Mary. I got one of her tatted wreaths here, and a Christmas napkin. So thank you so much, Mary, for my Christmas card. I tried to show some as I got them in, but then I got this one from Elmera's, and she sent me a bunch of little ephemera, some chickens, which y'all know, conspiracy chickens. I'm loving these little chickens. I'll probably put some of these chickens in my personal thankfulness. But she sent me a whole bunch of chickens. And I just love that. So thank you so much, Elmeras. I've got all the chickens now for for conspiracy chicken. So thank you so much, Elmeras, for that. And Mary. And then I got this. No, Mark, I have not got yours. But Hubster's going to go check my P.O. box for me today. He's going to go down and check my P.O. box. I haven't been down there for a few days, with the holidays and everything. So it might be in my P.O. box, Mark. So if I get any more cards in my P.O. box today, I'll show those on Wednesday. So what a fun flock. I know, Janet Nash, right? And we are talking about you, that you're coming on after me at 11:30. So there's Janet Nash's YouTube channel. So make sure you follow her. And she comes on at 11:30. And then Janet comes on at 1. Then somebody sent me this. I've no idea. It came from Amazon. But there's no, sometimes you can request a little gift tag or paper that tells who it came from. There was none in there. So if someone wants to fess up and tell me who sent me Penguins, Parrots, and Puffins coloring book. It's produced by Nate Dogg, the bird nerd. So I'm not sure. That seems so familiar. I'm just wondering if Nate Dogg just sent me this. So or did somebody else here send this to me? But Nate Dogg, if you sent it to me, or if somebody here wants to claim, send it. Hi, Tina. Thank you so much for saying good morning to everybody, and I hope you're doing okay. You haven't messaged me the last few days, Tina, for any updates, so I don't know how you and your mom are doing. I'm clicking on everybody that Tina's saying good morning to here. Thank you, Tina. So I don't know if Nate Dogg sent this to me or if one of you guys sent it to me. But anyway, it's just all kinds of penguins and the little notes about each one. And I like it because it's one-sided. So that means I can use alcohol markers because, they'll bleed through. And it is thin paper. It's like Amazon paper, but that doesn't bother me. Some people don't like the thin paper. It doesn't bother me. But anyway, so we'll have to work in this upcoming soon. But I just thought it was so cute. All kinds of parrots, puffins, and penguins. So thank you, whoever sent this to me. if you're here and you want to fess up. Otherwise, thank you, Nate Dog, the bird nerd. Uh, so yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so let's see. What else do I have here going on? Looking around. It is Monday, correct? So let me go ahead and don't forget to go follow Terry Brett to see her cartoons and comics that she makes with the prompts. So let me go ahead and make a quick one here and tell y'all. I'll let Terry pick. So today is January 1st, 2024. And all right, so Terry, if you want to pick a number between 12 and 295, these are some ongoing prompts. They're fantasy writing prompts, but you can make a story, a comic, just a one-off, drawing or whatever you want to do that you're inspired by. And it's Erica Blumenthal, 500 writing prompts, fantasy writing prompts. All right, so she said 188. So let's go to 188. And on one, all right, so then one or two. There's two prompts on page 188, Terry. You want one or two. Prompt 1 or 2 on page 188. Let's see. Who else am I missing? Hi, Miriam. 2. Okay, so here we go. Number 2 on page 188 says, the Prince of Death is a giant tarantula. He's just chosen you as his newest apprentice or victim. He'll decide later. That's what it says. He'll decide later. So anyway, that's the fantasy prompt for today. So if you want to do it, feel free. If not, just write it down. Write the prompts down as we read them and put them in your Society of Idea Collector notebooks, so that you have ideas for whenever. Save it for Halloween. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, and Raul, for all that you did for the last, it's been a month of getting it ready, but thank you for hosting the Streamathon this year. Let's see. I'm looking at my notes here. All right. So let me just kind of quickly show y'all a few of these were my last year's project of doing these journals like this for 2022, and they're all different themes. So like this one was, I think this was a nature one. This was my Art Nouveau. This was my Asian. This was my color. So I did all different themes. And what we're going to do today is similar to this, except we're going to make calendar pages. We're going to make a book a month. Well, you are. I already have mine set up. But so you can use these inserts, and if I'm not mistaken, you can there's 30 double page spreads. I'll recount. So you can do a month in one book. Okay. Let's see. I don't like I don't either, Aunt Beck. I won't be doing that prompt. I just read them. They're fantasy prompts. So anyway, this one was the one that I did where I made individual little cards and wrote about the history of the color. Like there's yellow, orange. Here's a red one. And then I made the cards. I made little art cards and gave those away at the same time that we did these. And I think we did, what did we do? One a month? I forget. I think we did one a month. And so we did different colors. So this was the color one. And so it's our style, if you will. The style we're going to do is going to be something similar to this for our monthly journal. Okay. Now you can take it as far as you want. You can do it as in depth as you want, or as simple as you want. All right. So then this one was my Asian one. And again, it's the same kind of thing. It's just, and I always can continuously add to these until it's so full I don't have any more space, right? year of the tiger, and then here was the year of the rabbit. So I did put 2023 in here. I think 2024 is year of the dragon, so I'll put a 2024 in here. I get the stamps. I get the postage stamps that go along with it. So this was my Asian journal. This one is my Art Nouveau. I'm just kind of showing these. I'm not going through them page by page because I've done that many times. I just want to show you the kind of style that we're going to do the journals with. Okay. So this was the Art Nouveau. Again, you can leave as much space or fill the space to write in. But because we're going to do it kind of a journal, thankfulness journal, well, that's, you can do it for whatever. You can do it as a planner, a thankful journal. You can do it for whatever you want. But we're going to use a calendar and we're going to number it. These are not numbered. These are not dated. Okay, so you don't have to, you do what you want to do. I'm just kind of showing you the kind of styles that we're going to do. Let's see. Thanks, Debbie Bruce. And this was a nature one. So the same kind of thing, except this was a nature themed one. And again, I put some different quotes in there, some different, but this one is all nature. And it's stencil. You can stencil. I'm going to stencil today. You can stencil, stamp. Here's the only thing about using it as a journal, and if you're going to do a lot of writing, you really want to use ink to put as a background if you're going to decorate your background, and not paint, unless you're going to glue your words, your quotes, whatever, on top of the paint, or use a ballpoint pen, because if you want to write over acrylic paint, it's not the easiest thing to do. All right. So and watercolor will wrinkle. So that's why I'm suggesting ink. Okay. This kind of, that you stamp with, that kind of ink. Or if you want to paint anything in the background with acrylic or markers or whatever, and then work on top of it, then cut your quotes and stuff out, or write your journaling on a separate piece of paper. Write your journaling on, a piece of parchment, a color paper, whatever, Post-it note. Write your journaling on that and then attach it to an acrylic background. Because it's hard to write over acrylic paint is what my point is I'm trying to get at. Okay, so there's some samples. Let's see. I wanted to make sure and address that. All right, the other thing that you can use is your highlighters. And I do have some here. Where do I stick them? Where do I stick my highlighters? What, you can use any kind of highlighters. I got 2 or 3 different kinds. I didn't pull them off the shelf. Here we go. Let's see. They're over. They're over here. So, I got a couple different kinds here. Okay, so we got the mild liner. There's big highlighters. Here's the soft gel highlighters. Any kind of highlighters that you like. If you're going to draw lines, so if you don't want to stamp or stencil, you can just draw your lines with highlighters. So we got those pulled. All right, let's see. Do I have enough colors pulled? Let's see. Do I need some more? I think that might be good enough. All right. So let's see. Kitty Jen, are you going to do the fantasy writing art book prompts once a month or a week? I plan to do them weekly. That's what my note says. And then also don't forget, I did post in the community tab. I did post 3 new books. They were 3 of Hubster's books. So I posted those 3 in the community tab. I try to do that every week. We are up to, and I'm not going to start over with the year. We're up to week 51, I think. Did I say week 51? Anyway, I think we're at week 51. starting now. I mean, I know there's 52 weeks in a year, but I did not start last year until mid-January. So there wasn't 52 last year. So I'm just going to keep on 51, 52, 79, 80, however many, I'm just going to continue on with the 3, unless it's a huge book, 3 books a week on my community tab. Let's see. Hi, Jasper. I said hi to Missy. If I've missed anybody coming in, thanks everybody for being here. Good morning, lurkers. Happy New Year to the lurkers. All right, so I pulled a bunch of just some postage stamps. Some of this is Tim Holtz ephemera. I don't know, just a bunch of ephemera and stuff to use. And I got a blank one here. So let's real quick. I'm going to look over my notes and see if there's anything else I wanted to really address. I think that's pretty much it. If you have questions, ask as we go. Yes, they are his favorite. Yeah, they are. Yeah, sister. Yeah, those are 3 of his books that he's bought for himself. Let's see. So happy New Year, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. So, we all have a lot of these same supplies, washi tape. I pulled out some foamy stamps. I am going to use a little bit of watercolor, and some stencils. And we're going to give away, I'm going to give away two US, 2 international, booklets today. All right, so let's get started. So I got this as the 2024 Nature and Hope illustrations by Kristen Helt Art. Find Your Piece. This is a 16-month, so there's a lot of extras. Now, the thing is, you cannot really use the numbers. I thought, well, maybe we could use the numbers on the calendar. The numbers. Well, you can't do that because then you're using you're messing up the back page. That being said, I'll take this one out. I do like the words. So let's go ahead and pull this is the top for January here. So here's the top of January. Here's the calendar. I do like the words, but if you cut that out, you are going to lose a little bit back here, which is fine because in something like this, look how much you got. You got a lot of stuff to play with. You have a lot of stuff to play with for the month. And remember, we're doing 1 booklet a month. Now, let me recount here. Hi, View. All right. So if you have it, just your name, your address, your email, whatever on the front page. Okay. So let's just start here. And I have torn a page out so that it may be, let me see. Let me start with one I haven't. All right. This one's not torn any pages out of. I'll use this one, but I'll send you one that has not had a page torn out. So you put your name here. Then you got, if you just use a double page spread for 1 day. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, hang on, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, it's 27 in this one. I don't think I've cut anything out. So there's 27 in this one. So you got a couple options. You can either make sure you use the front page. That would be 29. Or at the very end of the month, you could do 30 and 31. In other words, don't use a double page spread on the end. So, but at the end of the month, you'll be ready to move into a February by then anyway. So just count your pages and make sure you have enough. Or you don't have to do a double page spread. I am doing a double page spread in mine, but you don't have to do a double page spread for every day. So you could do this. It could be 1 and your name, and then 2, 3. You could do that, and you'll have a lot left over. So you could do it however you want, or you could just do 1 page, 1, 2, 3 and just leave this side blank. You could do that. So however you decide to do it, the idea though is to keep track of either your planner, your notes, your thankfulness in one planner a month. So at the end of the year, you would have 12 of these. Again, they're very inexpensive at, I'm sure Michael's has them too, but I get my Hobby Lobby because it's closer to me. Amazon, you can get usually a 3-pack is how they come. Just make sure that you get the size you want and keep them consistent, or you can change the sizes throughout the year if you want. These particular ones are it's about 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. That's this, I guess it's kind of a standard one of the TN sizes. So 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. Okay. Let's see. Roll says, have you seen the new Anne Stokes Dragon calendar? No, I have not, but I haven't really looked too much at the calendars because I wait till the first week of February when they'll go $3. But yeah, it depends on your theme. I thought that this would be a good, just general theme, flowers, leaves, nature. So that's why I picked this one to use today. But you pick whatever calendar you want. Again, you're going to use it for a year. You don't have to. You could change it in the middle of the year. If you say, I'm tired of doing this, I want another calendar, move into another one. Don't make it such a hard, fast rule, that you don't enjoy it. It's more important to have fun with it. Okay. Now, and I did tear something out of here. I don't even remember what, but that's neither here nor there. This is going to be my sample book because I already have mine going over here. All right. So, but I wanted to use exactly what I'm giving away today and talking about. Hi, Cal. Anybody else popping in? Happy New Year. Hello, Caroline. Paula loves art. Let's see. Yeah, Jasper, I wonder if Raul or Miriam got much sleep the last couple days, but thank you both for everything that y'all do. All right, so the first thing I want to do is, this is the color, and every month, let me just go ahead and flip through this calendar. I already tore out January, so just so you can see, here's February, March. They're kind of standard colors, but consistent colors, but they are a little different each month. So you can see that if I use this, and I might just go ahead and make the whole book, not today. I'm going to make, I'm going to try to get January, but throughout the days, just to keep y'all inspired. So this is the calendar that I was going to do this booklet in. And again, if at the end of the month you have your, the pages, your short one page, then just do a 30-31 like that. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is, this is January. I am going to go ahead and cut this out, even though it cuts into a little bit of the leaves, but I'm just going to use the words here. So I'm going to just cut this out. And you could punch the corners, round the corners. You could cut around the January. I'm just going to kind of cut it out simply here. You can do it however you want, just going to kind of do that there like that. And I thought that I would, so this is going to be for February. So I'm going to put this away because we're only going to work on January today. Okay. So we have these colors. This is our January. If y'all have any questions on I'm trying to get as much, in as possible. So I will end up putting these probably on the side like this. So that's just what, you could put it in the beginning, or I could just do it up here. I could just do January here, or here, and then go through the month. Maybe we'll do that. All right. So the colors here, and again, you can use inks. You can use, anything you really like. And if you don't have inks, or you don't want to use inks and you don't want to do the stenciling, then we can use on the second day or something, I'll mix it up and we'll do a different way. And that will be with like lines. Okay. I don't usually draw lines per se in my journals, but I know a lot of people like lines, especially if they're doing some kind of journaling, planner-esque stuff. They're going to want lines. So you can do it either way. I'm going to start with no lines. Then we'll do the next page with lines. All right. So I'm going to start with January here. And the colors, let's see here. Let me get out some inks. I got the little distress inks and I got some archival inks. So let's see what colors we want here. I kind of like this kind of a bluish color, and I don't know if I think I like the yellow. I'm going to go with those two colors, kind of like a sunshine yellow, and that kind of a bluey, it's kind of a gray blue. I'm going to start with those two colors. Let's move this out of the way. Let me get out some brushes. Let's see. Here's a blue and a yellow. Let's see. Here's kind of a tanny yellow color and a blue. I got a couple new brushes. And you can get these brushes at Amazon. I'm not putting links or anything. It's easy to just go look it up. But I got these, you can get a pack of 10 of these. I have another set that has covers for them, but I don't really care if they have covers. They'll just go in a bin. Hi, Arlene. Anybody else I'm missing? So here's where we're going to start. I think I'll just start with this January page. Then we'll go flip over and get into how we're going to use it. So, and you don't have to stick with the same colors. You can go like on the third or fourth day, maybe move into the greens. Because what we're going to do is and you don't have to just stick with just what's on the calendar. You can use other ephemera, which I have over here. But you're going to use this page for the month, plus additional stuff, okay? And depending on how busy the calendar is that you bought, will depend on how much, stuff you can get out of one page. But the idea is to try to use up one page a month and make your booklet or your travelers or your notebook or whatever. Okay, so I think what I'll do in this case is for the January. I think we're going to try to have good hope in January. So I'm going to cut this down like this. Keep all your parts because you're going to use this for a month, right? You're going to use that one page. You're going to use that one page for a month, or you try to use it up. And it doesn't have to be this. You could use an old calendar. You could use last year's calendar. Doesn't have to be this year. It can be one of your old calendars because you're not using the dated part of the calendar. You're going to make your own dated part. Okay. So let's just cut this out a little. I might have to even cut it down some more, but I'm going to cut it out. And it's always easier to cut if you move your paper rather than your scissors. Just kind of hold your scissors. Don't even really move this hand. You just move your paper back and forth. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, where is my calendar that I saved this project view? Everybody usually has old calendars somewhere. Okay, so I could go across two pages like this, which I might do, and then put January here. This will just like start. Okay, so this will start my book. All right, I'm going to move this off my desk because we only want this. We only want this for now. And if you run out of your embellishments, if you will, from that page, then you can just keep moving into some other stuff. All right. So let's see. Because this is going to be on the cardstock and on the first page, I will go ahead and use some tacky glue. If you use tacky glue, though, you really need to, well, before I do that, let's go ahead and stencil. You really want to, if you're using any kind of wet glue, which I suggest on something like this with the cardstock, you want to put the glue down on it and smear it out so that it's nice and smooth. Otherwise, it's going to be lumpy. You'll have lumps and bumps. And then if you get too wet of glue, it's going to wet the page just like it would if you were used, because this is very thin. It would wet the page so much it's really going to wrinkle. A lot of people like the wrinkly, crinkly bit. So, if that's you, then you don't have to worry about it wrinkling and crinkling because you'll like that if you use a wet glue. But you can use your glue sticks. Okay, you just got to make sure and really glue it down. Now, in mine, I am actually just there are some parts like little tendrils or something that I'm using some other glue, but I'm just using double-sided tape. And I'm not caring if it's completely flat, but I know that's a problem for some people. They don't like anything flipping, flopping. They want it glued down really well. But I am using double-sided tape in my personal one. Hi, Peggy. Hi, let's see, Macaulaya, Stephanie G. All right, so I'm going to start with stenciling, though. So let's go ahead and get my little colors here. Let's pick a stencil. Let's get something kind of florally. And I had these inexpensive little square stencils. Then I also bought some of these inexpensive. These are really, really cheap off of Amazon, like border stencils. These are nice in a book because you can do an edge, you can do a bottom, or you can just move it around. So, but I think what I'll do is I'll just go with these leaves. I think I'm going to go with these. So, and I'm also going to go with both colors. I might add just a little bit of the blue, but mostly the yellow. So, let's go ahead and start with the blue here. And you might want to test to make sure it's exact color you want, but it's got that same gray blue vibe. All right, so I know that I'm going to have this down here and this up here. So personally, I like my stenciling not to be perfect. And if you really are a perfectionist, you're probably not going to enjoy having this for a year because you're going to have days where it's going to work out better. You're going to have some days where you're going to be neater. You're going to have some days where it's just not that neat. And if you stress out too much about the perfection of it, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy. So, just saying, or maybe you want to get over some of your perfectionism. This might be a good way for you to do that. I like, and I showed y'all the journals that I was talking about, earlier, the sample ones. This is kind of the vibe of what we're doing, except we're going to have places to journal every day. You can do this exactly like this, but you just want to have some place to journal every day, something that you're thankful for. Or if you're going to make it into a planner where you want line dates, then you can get your ruler like Janet would. Get out your ruler and your highlighters and make lines. I'm going to do some of that too because I want to show y'all different things to do with it, even though I personally not going to do lines, but I want to show you some with lines. Okay, so there's a little bit of the blue. And if you only get a couple of colors for your month, maybe you want to just, make that a little goal for yourself. You don't have a lot of inks. Maybe get you a couple of colors that match your calendar every month. The color page, because some of the pages I saw were pink and red. Some, there are different hues on the calendar. Maybe get you one or two little ink pads a month, and then you'll have a couple of colors for the month. All right, so let's go for. But I'm gonna let's be honest. Most of us here that do this stuff already have a lot of this stuff. We already have a lot of this stuff. I've been in this studio for 22 years. I didn't accumulate this, in a day, and nobody does. All right, so I'm going to just kind of go. I'm going over the other colors. Go right over the center here. A little over here, a little down here. I'm just moving the stencil around. So something like that, just so that I got some color all around. All right, y'all following? Y'all still with the tour? Hi, Julie Topaz. Happy New Year. The best mods. All right, so now I'm going to take my January, and again, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do this kind of simple. If you want them a little more sturdy and more permanent, go ahead and use your glue stick, okay? I'm also trying to do as much as I could, today. So this will be my January book. This will be, the whole book's going to be for, the whole book's going to be for January. Now this one, I'll go ahead and put some tacky glue because this is the cover and I am going over the side. So I want this to be a little extra gluey. So I'm going to put the glue down. And I'm going to smooth it out all to the edge here. Go right to here, not quite to the bottom. And then, it will take some stress if you go over the, what do you call it? Crevice there. But here we go. So there's my start for January. Now I kind of want some more orange in there. Maybe I'll get some more orangey color out. Let's see. Because that's just kind of maybe this color. Maybe a little more. I'm just going to use this same. All right, let's go back with my same stencil and just do a little orange. Remember, this project is not about perfection. It's just about having fun. Having fun and getting over perfection for the year. Down here. So I just added a little bit more of that brown tone in there. You can also go along the edges if you want. You can edge it all. I'm going to try to show you as many things as I can think of. You use some of it, use all of it, All right, so this is just my cover page for January. Might go right over the word there a little bit. Let's go around the edge. Remember, we're going to stamp, stencil, ink, do a little bit of everything. It makes it fun. It makes it freeing. All right, let's see. Who else is I'm missing? Let's see, Belinda. All right, so, just starting out with something like that. Again, this is just a start. Now you can take your washi tapes. You can do washi tape. You can do, I think I might like this color better. I just pulled some washi tape. Maybe we'll put a little bit here. Put a little bit down here. I don't really want the dark blue, so let me just not put the blue. You can put, well, let's see here. Let's take some of the blue off. And I want to go along this edge. Maybe along here. So you decorate it how you want, but don't be too precious. All right, so now that darkness kind of goes well with this. Thank you, Roll. All right, so I'm going to move my inks over to the side for a minute. Sip of water. Okay. All right, so there's just a start for January. But don't forget, you got all kinds of ephemera and stuff over here. Here's like a little girl reading. You can drop in, you could tuck it up underneath. You can, of course, I love watches, gears, gauges. anything like that. This might be good for, my journal, because I like this kind of thing. I might put that up there. Here's my tape. Here we go. One other tip about adding things to this is, especially if you add anything like this is a little bit cardstock. If you add anything too thick, remember that you're going to be working on the next page. And when you go to stamp or stencil, you really want to put a piece of cardboard, or I say chipboard. You want to put something behind that page to give it a flatness when you work on it. There's also, I know Travelers and some different ones have boards made for this kind of thing, so that when you're working on the next page, you have a flat surface to work on the next page. So there's, that's another tip. All right. Let's see. Let me move some of these stencils. Also, I love me a stamp. I've had this one for years. This may be the last year it could go up to. I'm not sure. 2024. Let's see. Nope. It goes up to 27, I think. So this is the first, I just like to sometimes just stamp random, January. There's January 1st, 2024. Do a whole bunch of them. One, however, what you want. I just like, and you get bigger stamps, or like I was saying earlier, you can use stamps, wood stamps. I have these, and I also have alphabets that have the numbers in them. So you can stamp your date. You can stamp your date, which I'll probably do that on here, over here. This is just like a January cover page. Now we're going to go into January 1st. Okay. And I want to do, I write them all down, Jennifer. Write them down, or y'all go back and watch later. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the same stencil colors. I'm going to use the same colors. Okay. But a different stencil. And then I'm also going to do some lines with one of these. I don't know what one yet. Maybe one of those browns. These are the mild line. Is it mild liner? Yeah, mild liner. Mild liners to make lines. Or if you love lines, when you go to buy your notebooks, make sure you buy ones that have lines. They come with lines, blank, grids. There's all different kinds of lined, unlined, gridded. There's all kinds. So you pick the kind that you like, whether it's, lined, gridded, or just blank. All right. So let's go ahead and find another stencil. I like that. I like that little flower there. All right. Let's find another. And you can add more stuff. I'm just kind of, I want you to, let's make sure we get on the right page. I want you to be able to use as many supplies as possible. Use your supplies. I also have all these little tiny, little books of little things like this. Got these kind of things, got this kind of stuff. This is some of the ones that Joanne from Canada sent. I have little, just all different kinds of little ephemera. You use it. Here's some different ones that have quotes or definitions, rather. This is, you can buy the different little by letter, like this is G through J. So all the words are, G through J. And, but you can get all different. You can cut up a dictionary. You can cut up an old dictionary and put words in there. So we might use some of that. All right, but remember, you are trying to use, let's go ahead and just kind of cut this down a little so that it's more easily accessible. Just cut some of this down. Because these are the items that we want to use in January. Again, that doesn't have to be the only things you use. So, I ran out of leaves for January. What am I going to do? Yep. Use your pile. I found my calendar and some old postcards. There you go, View. You're on it. You're on it. And I also want to show you don't have to have a stamp. I'll hand draw. Let me see. Maybe we should zoom in one. Maybe I'm kind of a little, there we go. That's a little better. All right. Nobody said anything, so I didn't think about it. All right. So let's see. Let me just pick another kind of stencil, and it can be anything. You know, I have one here that I really like that I used. Let's go back to that one here. Let's go to this one. And I'm also going to show you, you can use a little bit of watercolor, and I'll do that here in a minute. All right. Like I said, I'd already torn a page out of here for whatever reason. All right. So now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take the same colors. Let's go with the dark and the blue. Let's go with these two colors. And I might just go up and down both sides now. And you can go this way, make it different every time you reuse. You could use the same stencil for a month just by how you use it. A part of it you can do down the middle, across the bottom, or like I was doing a minute ago with the leaf, just move it all around, All right, so let's see. Let's start with the brownie gold color. Okay. Wish Denise was here with us. And you can make a line if you want. In this, I think I will make a line in this case because I want to draw lines. So let's go back over. There we go. So I'm going to go right up to the edge here, like right, just barely over, just to make it so you can kind of see a line. See that? So you can kind of see a line, because then we're going to go across the page. All right, let's go back over to here. So don't forget, Janet Nash comes on after me at 11:30 to 1. And then Janet Young, our scavenger hunt begins with Janet Young at 1. Okay, I'm going to kind of just do a little, just make a little bit of an edge here with the edge of that stencil. Let me go back in here. Does anybody think this is fun and inspiring? I mean, I love this kind of stuff. Y'all know I did a whole year of these kind of books. A year before last. All right, let's move these off here. All right, so you can kind of see the line. Now, you don't have to make that line if you use these stencils. You just have to be careful not to go over the edge if you don't want a line. But I wanted a line. All right, so now we're going to see what... we'll save this maybe for the very end of the month. That would be good for the very end of the month. We started the year with this, and we can end the year with it maybe even up here, at the end. So I'll just tuck that in. All right, so let's put this back in here. We're going to do January 1st. Okay, now again, I could stamp it, but I am going to take, let's see. Let's kind of take a color that I have here that's kind of that color. Let's test it out. Get a little piece of paper here. That's pretty close to some of the color in here. So I'm just going to make, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? I think I want a big, let's do a 1 here. And if you wanted to do 2 pages on 1, then you could go right over here and do a 2. Let's just do that. I'm going to have a double page spread for every day, but if you're worried that you may not have enough for every day, then you can do 2 on a page. Okay. Okay, so that's January 1st, January 2nd. I don't see anything in caps. Hi, Stacy May. Happy New Year. Hi, Denise. Oh my gosh, guys, I got to show Denise. Can I show you the secret project? Have you finished? Are you far enough in that secret project that I asked you to make for somebody else? Are you far enough in it where I could show it, or do you want me to wait? She's also making all kinds of other things, guys. I'm telling you, she's making benches, she's making planters, like to put plants in. Oh, she said I am fine. Okay, so and I don't see her here, but I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. Me and Denise made this for her, and we're just, I'll pay Denise for the wood, but she says that wasn't necessary. But let me go over here and find it. Let me go to Denise. Oh, I gotta send you something real quick, Janet. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute, guys. I gotta do two things real quick. Um, Let me crop this down. Janet, I'm gonna send you something because this is kind of a secret thing too. So I don't want to show this, but I want to send it to Janet. So let's see. Let's go over to let me find Janet real quick. Hang on. And then I'm going to show you the project that okay, Janet, I'm going to send you something real quick. And then I'm going to move on. Okay, there we go. All right, Janet, I just sent you something. Now, let me go back to Denise. And so this is kind of like a prototype. And so I know she's not quite done yet. Let me let this finish sending to Janet. Janet loves secrets. Okay. All right. It went to you, Janet. All right. So now let me go back to Denise because I have to look for the picture here. It's not completely done, and this is her prototype. But Juanita, she spins. I'm scrolling back. We talk a lot. Juanita, she spins, said that she saw this of Denise's, and Denise makes these risers out of wood, like you put the riser on the table, and she has little holes drilled out for tea lights. So she has little holes drilled out for tea lights that it can go on the riser on your table and all kinds of things. Well, Juanita Sheespin said that would be so cool to have that for a watercolor palette. Denise made one. So you can put, and we measured this like a standard size circle palette. So you can put 12 little circle, and you can just do the inexpensive. You can do the inexpensive little, watercolors. You can do whatever. But anyway, so she made this one. And so this is going to be a gift to Juanita. She spins because she thought up the idea. Yeah, Juanita thought up the idea to use it for watercolor palette. Now, I told Denise just make like 12. I guess you can make as many as you want, but she did 12. Isn't that so cool? I know, right? Everybody's liking it, Denise. So Denise came up with this based off of her tea light riser, where she had like 4, 5, 6 different holes to put your tea lights in. And so from that, and with Juanita's idea for a watercolor palette, so there we go. So that's we're gonna, next time Denise comes down, she'll bring it to me, and then I'll get it to Juanita. So maybe a little while till that happens, but and so Denise makes all kinds of these things now. Let me show you some of her trees, and she stains them all different colors. So like here's one of her trees. She makes, I showed this last week. Here's one of her tea light boards, and then it's on a riser. So she just does all kinds of cool stuff. She's going to be making me an herb box thing. So I can't wait to show that too. Let me scroll back, see if I can find some more of the different colors of stain that she's used for some of the trees. And she sold so many of these over the holidays. And she's going to still make the trees. Let me see. Maybe I should just go. Let me try my photos. She's still going to make the trees, but she's going to make them stain them in colors like red trees for Valentine's Day. Like, here we go. So here's some of the trees. And then she puts like these little necklaces on them. And you could put hearts. You could put any kind of charm on them. You can swap the charms out. You could have a plain color. Like this one, she has a little squirrel on there. And you can swap out the little charms for the occasion. And so, yeah, she's making all this stuff. So isn't that cool? Hi, T3. Who else am I missing? Thanks everybody for being here. So Janet, did you see the picture I sent you, Janet? Okay, so let's get back to our little project here. So thanks, Denise, for stopping in. Janet, if you're around at 1 o'clock, Denise, Janet will be streaming the scavenger hunt and the info at 1 p.m. on her channel. And there's Janet's name there, Janet M. Young. She comes on at 1. In between me and Janet, Janet Nash comes on at 11:30 to 1, and then Janet Young comes on from 1 to 4. Okay. Hi, Colleen. Oh, no, CK. I thought it was Colleen. Hi, CK. I know, right, Jan? Okay, so here's like January 1st and 2nd. Remember, we did this with the calendar pages. Now we can use some more of the calendar bits. All right, so I'm just going to cut out a couple of these leaves. I just want to show y'all. And again, you don't have to hurry like I'm kind of doing, to try to get as much done as possible. Y'all can, you can take your time. But the idea here, especially if you make it into a grateful, thankful journal, is while you are cutting, stamping, gluing, thinking about what you're grateful for, you can be meditating on that and thinking about it while you're making your day. Or you could, you could do the bulk of your month. You could do the bulk of your month in a couple of days or a weekend or something. And then, and then go back and add some more stuff to them if you want throughout the month. And again, if you run out of whatever decorative for that day, that month, then use your other stuff. I got this over here. I might put this in here. I might just maybe I'll just use one of the leaves for that month. Or maybe do I want this other color? Maybe I want this color, and this flower kind of goes. So instead of that one, and then maybe keep just a little folder or a little bag or a little plastic something to keep your pieces in. You could be cutting things out while you're watching TV. Just cut things out of your monthly page, your monthly calendar page. Cut things out while you're sitting watching TV and kind of planning ahead your pages. Oh, thanks, Flo. You can be planning ahead and cutting out things. You can use magazine pages, magazine images. And don't forget, I mentioned it this morning that last night, Ann Lahr used a calendar. She did collage, but she covered up I think it was a new calendar. So she decorated her calendar with magazine images. And so you can, there's just lots of different ways to use calendars. I just, me, I like these little journals. All right, so I think I'll just leave some of that. I think I'll leave some of that blue color in the background there. I'll leave some of that. I'll just get rid of this here. Maybe just leave a little bit of the blue along the stem because I like that blue color. Just make that a little wider. Yeah, so Denise has been busy in the wood shop. I've been calling her my little woodchuck. I'm calling her my little woodchuck because she's been working on all this wood stuff. Her and her friend April, they got this little business going. All right, let's make sure I'm not throwing away anything here. Oh, see, I don't want to throw that away right there because that'll be a part of it. All right, so here we go. Something like this, okay, and maybe this, something like that. And you kind of know yourself how much you might want to write. Of course, if you want to write more and you don't have enough lines, you can always add another piece of paper. You can add another piece of paper with more writing, more journaling. You could ink the edge of this, and you could have some more writing, more journaling if you don't have enough room with your highlighters. Bye, Denise. Oh, thanks for stopping in. Oh, so sweet. Okay, so I'm going to go with this highlighter here. Again, or you could just use whatever markers, your um, Tombos. They have a brush marker and they have the other. You could draw thinner lines, with that. I'm just going to, let's see what color this looks like. Yeah, that's about the same color. So I'm going to go ahead and get a ruler. I normally wouldn't. I would just draw the lines, but I'm going to go ahead and get a ruler. And I probably should get a C ruler. Let's get a C ruler. Let's see. There we go. So I'm going to just draw some lines. Now I do have where I've torn the page, another page out there. It's going to be a little rough right there. Okay, so maybe, let's see. I'll go to the edge here so I can get a straight line so Janet doesn't yell at me. And we'll just do some lines here. Now let's go this way so I can kind of see where I'm going. I can probably draw straighter lines without it, going wonky by eye, but I want to show different ways. Oops. But this is kind of like the background stuff. So before you start gluing down your ephemera or your pieces off your calendar, you want to make sure you have your stenciling, your your background, your lines, like this. Maybe I'll do one more. You want to have this kind of stuff done. All right. You could journal with a coordinating color. You can journal with a coordinating color. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and, again, I'm just going to use double-sided tape. You can use glue, but if you use the wet glue, don't forget, if you use the wet glue, smear it out and use as little as possible because these pages are thin and you're going to get a wrinkly, you're going to get it all wrinkled up, right? Which some people don't mind. Okay. So I will use just a little bit of glue on the stem here. You could use a glue stick too. I'm just going to put just a little dab of glue on the stem. Very thin line. Just so it doesn't tear. Go over the edge there. I'll cut that down just a little. There, so you can see. Please yell at her anyway. Janet going to yell at Denise? So anyway, there we go. So I will make sure and show you the palette thing, the watercolor palette. It's a prototype, so I'm going to, use some of my watercolor circles and we'll put them in there and see how it works. But, because Juanita thought of the idea to use her wood tea light boards for watercolor, that's what we're going to do. That's why Juanita gets one. Juanita gets a prototype. Thanks, Paula. All right, so here we got some different, there's words and these are not in the order of the, you buy them. They have like this dictionary library, and this, like I said, this is G to J. These are all mixed up by now, but like here's the word depth. Okay, depth. The distance or measurement from the top of something to its bottom, from front to back or from the outside in, the quality of being deep, the strength of feeling. Well, you can take something like that and think about the things that you're thankful for, whether it be that you're deep or that somebody that's deep, and add this to your thankful journal if that's what this is going to be for you. If this is going to be a a planner thing, then you're going to have to, get it, you're going to have to get it made, kind of ahead of time. So it just depends on what you're going to use it for. Hi, big five flaw Raj. Are you heading out?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to check my, is it open? Did you check?
We'll find out.
Okay. I'm going to check my mail.
No.
Not, you are too. Okay.
Yeah.
See.
Oh, cool journal. What are you doing there?
Yeah, it's going to be, it's a thankful journal.
Okay.
So that you can be thankful every day for something.
Well, I need to make one so I can be thankful for you every day.
Oh, honey, Denise popped in.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she's already gone, I think.
Okay.
But
hey, folks.
Yeah, Janet said, hi, buddy.
Good morning, Janet. Hope you're feeling better. Happy New Year to everyone. And so on.
Okay, see you in a little bit. Be careful. Are both the cats in?
Yep.
Okay. So, I know Debbie, right? He can be a little sappy. We love him. All right, so there we go. So if you want to journal, you could put again, I would not recommend using acrylic paint because that's hard to write over unless you know that you're going to write on something separate and tape it or glue it over the paint. Then you can put whatever backgrounds you want. But, again, thin paper, people, thin paper. It's just, inking is just so much better and easier for something like this. Okay. But, adapt it to what, you adapt it to what you want. Okay. So now I've got here, there's another January. Oh, I didn't got to put your card in there so that you have a flat space like that. So there's a January 1st. And so you can write here, then so you can do two at a time. So maybe that's better if you don't want to be thankful for too many things. So there we go. So you can see that you can do the lines like that, or here's a yellow. Let's I'm gonna go ahead and take this yellow. Let me test. It's pretty bright. I don't think I want that bright of a yellow. Let's get something a little less bright. Like maybe let's test this yellow. That's a little less bright. So maybe you can, add a little extra color on your lines. But make it fun. Make it fun for yourself. Because if you make it where you has to be perfect, it's going to get tedious. You're not going to like it. You're not going to enjoy the process, and you're not going to be thankful for this. You won't be thankful for it if you don't enjoy it, right? So let's just do this. You can maybe make a little bit of shadow or something on there. You could go around the little word. So you can see how you can continuously, play with it. And you can add more, tucks and things behind, like we did let me pull the nature journal over here. Same kind of thing here. But you want to make sure you have it dated. You want to date it if you're going to put it as these are not dated. These are just different thoughts and quotes and things like that I made the year before last, but they're not dated. But you can kind of see the idea. You do something like this. You use your calendar pages for that month. You can use the calendar word. I cut this off the calendar. I cut that out. And then you can either line it or buy line journal, where you can write and journal and put the dates and use your calendar. So, but it's the same idea. Okay. It's kind of like an ephemera thankful journal. Does that make sense? I hope this is making sense. Let's see. I need to go. Okay. Bye, Cal. Thanks for stopping in. Happy New Year. Hub's just going out the door. And I am giving away, I'm going to give away 2 U.S. and 2 international these little journals here. They'll fit in a nice envelope here, and then they'll give you a start. So I'm going to give away 4 of them here in a little bit. All right. Again, let's go back over here. So we got all kinds of, like I got old stamps here. Like, look at this one here. That one's pretty cool. This is a Christmas stamp, but look how cool that. See how it kind of coordinates? You could, add this. I'm going to add that just because I like it. Also, a lot of the stamps have, let me find one here. Here we go. A lot of the stamps, well, they all are cut off of envelopes, right? But a lot of them are cut off of like these business envelopes. So you have some cool patterns on the back side. That's another cool something you can use for ephemera. Okay, so this is January 1st. That's a Christmas stamp. I can write everything here that I'm thankful for from Christmas. You can write over this. You can write over the ink. That's why I'm using the ink. It's easy to write over. Or, of course, you can stamp. We all have different stamps, alphabet stamps, number stamps, and then also just, what do you call it? Wood stamps, acrylic stamps, regular old stamps. It's a stamp as opposed to postage stamps. All right, so I do like this little book. This is also, I have these different things from Pour Toast and Kate Curry, all the books that we've been using. We have all those things. So, if you don't even want to buy a calendar, you don't have to. But the reason I showed the calendar is because there are so many pretty calendars that already have a theme to them that will tie you a complete theme for the year, even though they're different colors and different things every month. But the theme will carry through for the year if that's something that might be important to you, to have a consistency of theme for a yearly book or journal. But again, 1 month, one journal, 1 month. You should have enough almost maybe to the 30th, and you might have to do a double page spread for the 30th and 31st at the very end, depending on the book. But it seems like there's enough pages to do day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. You can do a double page spread every day in one of these, except minus maybe the 31st. But yeah, so you can, I think I have enough on this right now, especially if I want to journal. But you can pile it up. You can use little tags. If you want to put some other little, like a specific thing you're thankful for, or you can put the date on one of these. I hope I'm inspiring you to try some of the different things and use what you have. Use what you got, because we all got a lot of this kind of stuff. You got a magazine, you got a lot of stuff just from a magazine. All right, so now the other thing I want to show that I want to do is, and you can do this if you want, just don't get carried away with the water, but I'm going to use this. Where's my water brush? I had a water brush sitting here. It is. Okay, so I'm going to wet down. Let's go with this color here. Because you can write over watercolor, but you just don't want to get it, maybe a little darker. You don't want to get this too wet, right? But I'm gonna get this. Activate. I'm gonna add some. I think I might need some brown. Let's go ahead and do a little darker. Add some more water. I'm gonna do some splattering. And then I'll let this dry. Well, I'll hit it with the heat gun, and I'll do the next page too. So you can do more more little stuff like this with some watercolor. You could do a little bit of. You can even do a little bit of just some other, painty bits. You could do a little bit of dripping. You could just do a little bit of extra color. Just don't go too crazy with the water, because you're gonna wrinkle up your pages, and they're gonna start buckling a lot. But you can do a little bit of this, just like a touch, do a touch. All right, let me hit that with the heat gun so I can flip the page. You can do doodles with your black markers. You can doodle, like, let me get a marker here. Like this is a, you can do some little mossy bits. You can do whatever. Decorate away. I didn't get too heavy with it, so I think it's okay. All right, so same thing for over here. I'll go into this color here, maybe. And you can pile up the ephemera however much you like, or you can leave it kind of simple, or you can write, have a lot of room to write. Okay. All right, let's see, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, use what you have, View. Yeah, exactly, Beck. Yeah, use what you have. Again, this you can use if you have an old calendar, use a calendar that you have that you can cut up every. This was January. Here, let me go back to the calendar that I'm using here. So this is a new calendar, but you can do the same thing with an old calendar. Okay, so here's February. So I'll cut this out. Here's where I cut out January. So it does cut into some of it, but you still have plenty, right? So this will be February, March. Well, let's skip on. March, April, okay? But you use one book for every month, right? So that in February, I'd use this page. But it's all consistent. It's all going to be the same kind of vibe. But you don't even have to do that if you don't want. You can, there's not a rule about this. There's really no rule about this. I just wanted to show you how to use up an old calendar or a new calendar. How to use a calendar, I should say, because there's 12. That one's a 16 month calendar. But because there's at least 12 different pages of consistency in a calendar. So that's my kind of thoughts on using a calendar for this. Okay. Again, I'm going to pull out another one of my, let's see, where's my, this nature one. Look, it's all kind of stuff. It's just all kind of stuff. This one happens to be my nature one, but you can look at the kind of different things I'm using. See the stencils in the background, the colors. This is even a little one of those little things that little decorative things you get at Hobby Lobby, old tickets, stamps. It's anything. So you can make a pocket and put some stuff in it. It could be a scrapbook. It could be, I'm going to use some of the little cats, little cat pictures that I was sent. So I'm going to use some of that. So you can use, a lot of different things. I do recommend, though, having a piece of cardboard to work on, behind the page you're working on, especially if you're going to journal. Because if you start journaling, you're going to feel anything that's glued right here, you're going to be writing over top of. So you got to consider that too if you're going to journal on the backs of the pages. So put you a piece of cardboard to kind of give it some stability while you're writing. Or again, you can always do your journaling on a different separate card, maybe ink the edges or whatever. You can draw your lines on here, do your journaling, your quote, you're thankful, do it on here, and then glue that in your book rather than actually writing on the pages where it might get bumpy as you go throughout the month. Hi, Roy, how you doing? Let's see. I said hi to Beck, Lena, Kay, Kim, Shelly Allred, and Shelly. Let's see. The calendars. Are you talking about calendars? Yeah, the calendars at Books a Million too are 50% off right now. Books a Million will do the $3. Well, I say they will. They have up for the last I don't know how many years. All calendars go for $3 the first week of February, and I go stock up on them then. But I did get this one. I did get this one for 50% off. I did buy this one 50% off. And it's a 16-month calendar. So there's even more pages to use. So, you can go into the next year and use some of those pages. Don't make it so hard or complicated. Have fun with it. Just use the decorations as you want. So again, this is going to be, and you can decorate the cover. So here's January 1 and 2. Or I could have just done January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, because there's enough pages to do at least 30 days. And if you get to the 31st and you have to use the back cover, then, use the back cover. So, all right. Well, you want me to do one more page? I'll do another page before we do our giveaway. All right. So again, let's put this here. Let's try something different. Let's do a different stencil or some different inking. You don't have to use a stencil. I just like I like the backgrounds of a stencil. All right, so let's see. Let's go with this one. And let's see what colors we did. Kind of yellows on this one. Let's go with all the blue on this one. Let's go with all blue, just because. And then maybe find some other things in here that are like, here's a W, that could be, my initials there. I could use that along with some of the leaves here. All right, so let's just go ahead and do some of this. All right, so I have no idea what I'm going to use yet out of this. I'm just going to go ahead and stencil. Again, this to me is a background. So I can, just do whatever. It doesn't have to fill the whole thing. It can go across 2 pages. Like this one will make it January 3rd. We're just going to make both these pages January 3rd instead of 3 and 4. So we can see what a double page looks like. Let's get up here a little. Okay, maybe that across the middle. And then maybe, let's see if I want some kind of a gray blue or even a gray, kind of a green gray. Let's see what this kind of goes together with. Let me find another piece of paper under here. I kind of like that. It doesn't really match, but it's okay, But I'll go with this. All right, so now instead of using a ruler, I'm going to make my lines a little kind of wavy. Dee Dee, what are you using to stencil? What am I using to stencil? You mean the brush, the ink, or the stencil? What do you mean, Judy? The stencils, you get these cheap ones off of Amazon. I'm using archival ink and a little brush. I don't know is that what you mean? Yeah, this is Ranger archival ink, but I'll use the distress inks. I got, I'll use, I got a few of these colors. As long as it's just ink. And the reason I say ink as opposed to paint is because it's hard to write over acrylic paint. You want to be able to write over it, All right, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make some lines here. Some dots and some lines. But you use a ruler if this freaks you out. Use a ruler if you don't like uneven, lines that aren't exact. Okay, now come over here. Okay, and now I want my leaves. I already have a couple cut out in here. Maybe I want them coming out of here like this. And then these over here. Or do I want them kind of going like this? I think I like that better. Maybe coming down there. Like that. Okay. Shh, shh, shh. And there's all these little blue things in here. There's all these little yellow berries. I think I'll separate these two leaves. I'll do a couple. Let's go across here. So I don't really do New Year's resolutions other than maybe some ideas of books I want to read and stuff like that. Does anybody have anything that they're wanting to accomplish this year? You could write those resolutions in here. All right, before I do anything with that, let's see. Where's that? Where's my name thing? Here we go. Like this W. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe a couple of these little, maybe I'll put a date on there. There's another little blue one, maybe a couple of things here. Let's see. Hi, Mary. Happy New Year. Good to see you. I'm glad you did another page. Okay, view. Yeah. And again, I'll show that, I'll show my notebook. Again, the nature one that, that's a kind of vibe. Here's some blue, just some blue ephemera here. Maybe do I want that over here? Do I want that tucked back here maybe? Maybe I need something else up here. Do I like this girl? She's kind of keeps popping up, but maybe I like this. Or maybe I just like that. Maybe I don't need anything else. Maybe just another little tag or something here. And then plenty of room to write. I could ink the edges. I could go around and ink the edges a little bit. Let's get a little bit more. Let's do a little bit on the edges here. That. And then this is going to be the third. So I could either draw my own 3. I could draw the 3. Where do I want to draw the 3? Do I want to draw the 3? Let's just draw the 3 right here. Or you could stamp it. Go back over it with maybe some. All right. And again, you can use double-sided tape. You can use your glue stick. And on the stems, I'm using a little bit of Eileen's tacky just to because, it's tiny. It's tiny. And it's easy to just get in there with a little bit of a glue. Not too much, or you'll be wrinkling up all your pages. It's thin paper. I'll have to get another one out. Oh, that's not even sticky. Oh, let me get another tape. Oh, wait, I wanted it to go the other way, didn't I? It may be, well, I think I can still fix it. Okay, there we go. I wanted it to kind of meet in the middle. There we go, like that. There we go. All right, so let's see. I fell asleep during Miriam. Well, I fell asleep during Anne. I tried to watch some of Anne last night. She was on till 11 to 1, and I fell asleep. If y'all missed Anne, Anne also used calendars. She covered her calendars, collage calendars. Oh, here, let's do this. Maybe a little bit of, let's put a little bit of the green with this. Let's see here. Let's get an archival green. Let's test this green out, maybe. I'm just going to go for it. There we go. These are some foamy stamps from Foamy Stamps, I think is what it is. Hi, Debbie Epps. And then you got room to write and be thankful and write down whatever you're grateful for or whatever. It could be quotes, notes, let's see. Keep all these over here so they're easy to find. Again, more, you can use washi tapes, but the calendars, use your calendar pages as your inspiration. Let's see here. Let me flip through here. Fruit, grace, heaven, image, whatever you can find, dictionary, cutout dictionary, definitions. Here's describe, here's baggage. You could get rid of whatever baggage you have. Edge. This is just a random selection of words. What else do I have over here with words and stamps and stuff? Okay, am I getting across? See, I finished my class and my student continue learning jelly plating. You mean from the Streamathon, Miriam? I'm not sure what class. Or you're teaching a class. Actual physical class. I'm not sure what class you mean, Miriam. Hi, Zandra. Okay, so again, I wanted to glue those down. Let's stick these down, shall we? Making a little journal to be either grateful or thankful or just a planner. You could do it as a whole on planner if you want to. Y'all know I don't really do planners per se, but you can make it whatever you want. All you have to do is have a place to have lines. All right, so now let's see. Let me turn this to the third. See if that's the right. Let me get a piece of paper here. There's the third. Okay, so I'm just going to do a few. There's for January 3rd, maybe another one down there. You can restamp, stamp, and more stamps. Teaching a physical class in place for. Oh, okay. All right, Miriam. I did not know what it was about. I have barely kept up with any of the Streamathon information. So that's been hard to, of course, nobody's going to make everybody's streams in 48 hours of streaming. You're not going to, I can't stay awake 48 hours. Maybe Miriam and Raul did, but I like this little house too, could go right there underneath those leaves. Just depending on how much you want to write, journal. I'm going to pick that up and stick that under there. Tape here. And another nice thing about if you do double-sided tape is you can lift things up and, kind of, sort of, I did glue that right there, but that's okay because I'm going to put it back over the top. Let's get a little piece of glue on the stem again. right. Do y'all have any questions? I'm going to stop a minute and see what questions y'all have or comments or anything. Again, I'm getting ready to give away 4 of these, 2 US, 2 international. And so get you started. And yeah. If y'all miss Xandra streamed yesterday, her part of the streamathon was yesterday. And if you go to Miriam's or Raul's channels in their community tab, you can see everybody that streamed and links to go back and watch people you might have missed. So, yeah. So you can either do a double page for a day, like the 3rd, or you can do something like 1, 2, depending on how much you want to write and journal. But again, I would recommend using, well, here, let's go ahead and do one more thing over here with, I'll show you, with stamps. You can also, foam stamps or acrylic stamps, you can take and use a Tombow or a water-based marker instead of actual ink, like I drew the lines here with ink. And you could go down here. Let's just put some right there. So you can just kind of, you know, use your stamps with markers to stamp with. If you don't have a lot of inks, you might have markers and washi tape. And what else? Here's one that has lines in it. You could stamp this and journal in the lines. I'm trying to see here. What else? Thanks, Janet. There we go, right there. Let's list of the streamers. Hi, Mama 4, Jeannie, Mama 4. Good to see you. Let's see. She said she had another grandson born. And we moved back to Ohio after 40 years. Well, settle in, girl. Settle in. And congratulations on the grand number 7. That's awesome. That's awesome, Mama. I call her Mama 4. Let's see. Now she's grandma of 7. So let's see. Hi, Pacola, my little snapdragon. Let's see. Grace. Hi, Grace. Nettie. Anybody else I'm missing? Thanks everybody for being here. All right, let me quickly show you, and then I'm going to take a quick break. Then we'll do our giveaway. Let's see. So. Again, I'm just going to kind of do a little flip of this because there's more to see. But really the only difference between this and this is the dating and the lines. You know, having lines, because I don't need lines to journal, but, you know, it kind of looks more, I don't know, journally, more, you know, if you have lines on it. So you could draw your lines either with just plain black lines if you want. Just depends on what you want to make the lines with, or your numbers. You could stamp these, you know, get stencil. Okay, so this is, I'm just going to kind of flip through quickly. So again, the only difference really between this and this is that there's no lines and no date. Okay, no line and no date. But just so you can kind of get an idea of what you can do. So I love one of my favorite quotes is, thoughts are seeds, you choose what to grow. And then of course I did the pansies. That's me and my grandma's flower. And so you could use stickers, use your stickers or your cutouts from Poor Toast and Kate Curry books, those kind of things. You can cut those out. You can cut out of magazines. And the only difference here, again, I could just draw lines on this and journal on those lines and put a date on it. You know, I could just date this and use it. But the idea here is to use a calendar and a page off the calendar a month to have like a consistent book with the calendar pages. But then you can add all kinds of other stuff. There's string there. So you can just see pockets, tags, more stencils. There's a page on coffee. and some of those little tabs. This is observation and order. So this is just kind of my nature one. You know, I've got the Art Nouveau, I got the Mermaid, I have the Alice in Wonderland. I have different books on different themes. Um, but I can always go back and add more to this. There's one of my hand carved frog stamps. You can use your own hand carved stamps. Make it fun. You know, you have to make it fun or you won't stick with it. That's just true of anything. Okay. This is my Xandra page. You can make it, you know, if you have a, like Xandra's are mermaids. So just, here's the thing on ideas, the definition of an idea. You can do definitions, you can do quotes, you can do themes. Like this is kind of a nature theme. I mean, you know, mermaid, that's nature. And then one of my other, this, remember I did this a year before last. And this is, I just love this. You know, this was my question. At what point did science become all about suppressing questions? If somebody's saying that follow the science, it's all about the science, but don't question the science, I would be questioning the person that said that. So anyway, and then here's some more of my pieces of paper left to, you know, add to this journal. I got a pocket here, got a plastic pocket there. So that's, you know, the kind of look I like to go for in these kind of things. But again, you know, here's an Art Nouveau one. And this one had the lines. It's a line journal already. So if you want to journal and write more than just put quotes or a few things that you're thankful for, if you're really going to do a lot of journaling, then buy a lined one if that makes you more comfortable. So this one has, you know, there's lines in this one. So you can continuously add to this, but there's also lines to journal. So you can leave spaces for that. Right? Okay. Thanks, Colleen. And hi, by the way, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm going to take a quick break. Again, we're using the pages from the calendar for the month. This is January. Stencils, foamy stamps or regular acrylic or rubber stamps, washi tape. Okay, here's some number stamps there. You can use your Tombos, your highlighters, got different highlighters. You can do that. Just write this stuff down so that when you come across it, you're going to probably come across some highlighters in your stash. You're going to come across some little quotes or any kind of postage stamps. Keep your postage stamps. Especially if you're doing Janet's scavenger hunt, which she's going to talk about on her show today at 1, you're going to come across stuff. Well, you know, just keep a little journal, and just all you really have to do is put a date on it. That's all you have to do. Put at the beginning, put the month, and then date it. And then later on, even if you just do a week at a time, or, you know, however many you want to do at a time, do one a day and then concentrate on being thankful for something that day, or do a week at a time and then just continuously go back that week and add things to that week. Whatever works for you, whatever's easiest for you. Like I said, I'm doing the same thing in this. Y'all remember, I moved out of this from my Society of Idea Collector into that other notebook. I showed it last week where I moved out of this, and we couldn't remember what it was when you go to one book to another. I think it's just move out of, move into. And I think I was trying to make it too complicated as to the word, the planner word. And I think I just mean move into a new planner. So this is going to be these for me. Okay. It's just that they're thicker, so I can get more than 1 month in each one. Okay. I can get more than 1 month in each one, each book. But it's the same principle as what I'm doing here. Okay. It's just it's a thankful journal, a grateful journal, but it's just going to be, they're all in this. Okay. And, if I run out of room, I'll just take one of these signatures out and put a new signature in. That's one of the nice thing about signatures. Transition, yeah, Debbie, I know, but there's a plan. The planner girls, when they move into a new journal, I think they just call it move into. And I was trying to make it more complicated, like transition, and I think it's just move into. But let's not get off on that tangent again. We were on that tangent last week. Okay, so again, ephemera. Here's my, I want to keep these for my January. This is from the calendar that I'm using for this month. So I can put in here. So here's the other half of that. I'll put this maybe in here at the end of this month. I'll keep working on these kind of books just to keep y'all motivated. But my actual journals are in here. Okay, my actual journals are in here. And I might show them off and on depending on how personal they get. Because, everybody has personal things they're thankful for and they write about. And they don't want everybody on the internet to see. But I do want y'all to know how to do the books, right? So, yeah. So anyway, and again, keep a cardboard handy to put behind whichever side you're writing on, because otherwise you're going to be picking up all the dents and stuff from the pages behind. All right, let's see if we've got any questions. Let's see, positive quotes. Yeah, positive quotes. You can't get, and you can look them up online. If you can't think of something, a positive quote, just look up positive quotes and Google it, or Pinterest, But, try to make a couple of notations about your personal thankfulness. Okay, wait, I need to go back here to the second. I think that's going to go here. No, that's the fourth. I went the wrong way. 3, 2. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Double page spread. Or if you're worried about not having enough pages, maybe do a couple throughout the month that are 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then 5, 6. Count your pages. Count your chickens before. Speaking of chickens, where's my Happy Meal? My Elmaris Christmas card where she sent me all these chickens. She sent me enough conspiracy chickens to last the whole year. Look at all these chickens she sent me. Thank you again, Elmaris. I love my chicken stickers. Aren't these just awesome? Chicken stickers. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh. And Mary, if you're still I showed this earlier too, Mary, if you're still here, thank you for my Christmas card with my tatted wreath in there. I won't put it in the card. I'll take it out of the card and put it somewhere so that it, throughout, I can see it throughout the year. And and Hubster's going to go to my P.O. box while he's out and check my mail. So I'll see if I get any more cards to show, I'll show them on Wednesday. Okay, let me look around. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll do a BRB, and when I come back, we will do I don't really want to cover this up. I want you all to be able to see some ideas. We'll do our giveaways, okay? All right. Yeah, I wrote down all my notes. Here's all my notes for today. I wrote them all down. This is kind of how I write down my ideas for a stream. If you want to, you can take a screenshot of it so you can get some ideas on this is how I write out my ideas for a stream. Now, some of it may not mean anything to you because, I have to know what I'm thinking. That's all. All right. I'll be right back, guys. And I did get it, Hubster and I did get all the Christmas down except for the 3 trees with the lights. We took the bulbs all off, put everything away except the 3 trees with the lights and 1 garland that leads into the room. Everything else we got put away. So cleaned out the garage, re-straightened everything and organized where we put all our Christmas stuff. So we did all that yesterday. In between me running back and forth with streams. I have my iPad, so I could carry it around with me and watch streams. Let's see. I'm looking around, see if there's anything else I wanted to show or talk. Do y'all have any questions before we do the giveaway? Any questions on what we're doing here? Oh, yeah, Caroline, that's BRB is be right back. Let's see. Hi, hi, Fernando. Who else? Let's see. Shannon. Did I say hi to you, Leah? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Leah. Thank you. Jolynn. Let's see. Paula with 2 L's. Is that right? Let's see. I'm scrolling. You're welcome. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for my tatted wreath. Okay, well, I guess we will go ahead and do our giveaway then. Oh, I don't want to keep these in here because this is my January month. All right, and again, I'll try to work on this just for y'all's inspiration, but my personal one is in here. My personal notebooks are in another notebook, but it's the exact same kind of thing. You know, it's the same kind of thing. And also, I think maybe Wednesday, I'll try to see if I can get together another notepad of using our 2 cubes, our color palette cubes here. I showed these a couple weeks ago. We have not done anything with our color cube palette cards yet. This is volume 1 and volume 2. There's a total of 500. Let's put something in here so I don't lose my place. So they are numbered and they are in order. 500 different palettes with little pictures. If y'all remember, like Design Dash Seeds, this is kind of similar. And they got the turquoise, got the hex numbers, and they got the hues and shades on the backs. And so I want to be doing, and it's by Sarah Renee Clark. If you look up Sarah Renee Clark color cubes, they're on Instagram, Facebook, every place, but they're not on Amazon. Last I looked, you cannot buy these on Amazon. You have to buy them from her. Now, they came really quick. You know, I got them. I was surprised at how fast that I did get them, but you know, right now it shouldn't be too hard. Shipping should be lightened up after Christmas. But color cube 1 and then color cube 2. So there's 250 and 250. So it's Sarah Renee Clark. So I want to do something with these by next week. You know, some ideas with them. And again, you can always just look up palettes, you know, different color palettes, and to get the same kind of idea and inspiration. I just had to have them. I've been looking at them for about 2 years. They've been around for 2, 3, maybe more years. But so I finally broke down and got them. You got our cubes too, Grace? Yeah. So I finally broke down and got the cubes. All right. Let's go ahead and do our giveaways. So let me tell y'all how it all works. Let me move, and then I'll work on another page. We have a little bit of time, so I'll work on another page or 2 with some more of the calendars and, you know, stuff. And again, the calendar that I bought is a 16-month calendar. So I've got lots of extras, and you don't have to do them in order. I just think it's kind of easy to do, like February, and then here's the stuff you can use for February. Again, you will be cutting out. If I cut out February here, you're going to cut into a little bit of March's image, which that doesn't bother me. So you don't have to use this either. You could write February, stamp it, yourself. You don't have to use this if you don't want to cut into this, you know. But this is a 16-month calendar, so I've got an extra 6 pages in here that, you know, to use if I run out of whatever. All right, so let me get a Sharpie here. All right, so this is how it works. We will do let's do international first. Okay, so I'm going to do, okay, and you'll get to pick. I have one plain and one not decorated, but you know, it's got an image on there. And I got these at Hobby Lobby, and I think these were in a pack of 3. I don't remember what the third one looked at. These, I don't remember if I got them off Amazon or again, Hobby Lobby or something. But what we'll do is I'll let how do I do this? Okay, I'll just let whoever gets the closest gets to pick. Okay, so I'm going to put numbers on here, and we'll do 2 US and 2 international. Okay, I'm just going to put the numbers on here so it's easy for us to pick. Okay, don't put in a number yet, but make sure you have all messages clicked at the top of your chat window. Okay, all messages. Not that that matters to us, but it's going to matter to you not seeing everybody. All right. So wait till I type in go. When I type in go, put in a number. Well, let's wait a minute. Let me back up. We're going to do international first. International only. That's anybody outside of the US. Okay. International only. You're going to put in a number between 1 and 100. Wait till I type in go. When I type in go, international only, put in a number between 1 and 100. The first 2 people closest without going over will pick the ones they want. And then the 2 that are left over will go for the US only. Okay? Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Don't change your number. Don't take your number out and put in a new number. That will disqualify you. Hi, Devin. Do not change your number. I can't say that enough. And you cannot play for somebody else. You only can play for yourself, because otherwise I'm having to hunt down people's addresses. You have to be willing to give me your address. I don't share your address with anybody. I don't put you on an email list. I don't do any of that. So, all right. So, all right. Let me type in. Wait till I type in go. And then put in a number. International only. International only. 1 to 100. Okay. All righty. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. And anybody that's sick, I'm sorry y'all are sick. Get well. Janet's getting over the flu, and she's going to stream at 1. So y'all, you know, be nice to her today, because she's not feeling well. So I see some of y'all, more of y'all have the flu as well. So get well quick, people. Take care of yourself in the new year. And hopefully y'all have been kind of laying around and watching the streamathon. Again, look at Miriam or Raul's channel, and Janet put the link in earlier to go find all the streamers from all day yesterday and all day today, so you can get caught up or watch them later. All right. I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Mariah, you didn't hear. It was international only. So if you win, Mariah, you're not going to win. You'll have to play again when we do the US in a minute. Okay, so international only. All right, here we go. So if you win, Mariah, you're not winning. All right, let me bring up random.org. So cute. Mariah and PM's Art Studios streamed earlier too yesterday. All right, let me get over to random.org. Hang on. Random. And don't forget, after me is Janet Nash from 11:30 to 1, and then Janet Young from 1 to 4, where she will be announcing all the scavenger hunt information. Okay, there we go. All right, so here's random.org. Here we go. 1 to 100. First two people closest, international only. First two people closest to 28 without going over. And if everybody went over, we'll pick a new number. First two people closest to 28 without going over. 28 without going over. I'm scrolling back. Scrolling back. Let me scroll back some more. Oh, here we go. Let's scroll back. All right. 28. First two people closest to 28 without going over. Let's see. Terry Brett had 13. Devin had 20. So is it Terry, Brett, and Devin? Devin had 20, so that's closest. I think Devin had 20. And y'all let me know. I might have missed some people. So y'all, mods, double check for me. Mods. Okay, so Devin, you get to pick first. You had 20. And Terry Brett in UK had 13. Okay, so Devin, you get to pick first. Terry, you get to pick second. Which one do you want? Which one do you want, Devin? Devin? 4. Okay, Devin wants 4. Terry, which one do you want? Terry Brett? Which one do you want? Let me find out where she said. Okay, Terry, which one do you want? A plain brown, black, or the Adventure Begins? 2. All right, she wants the black cover. All right, let's put that in the envelope. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing. Mariah, you can play now. All right, now we're going to do USA only. Don't put anything in until I type in go. USA only, 1 to 100. Wait till I type in go. First two people closest without going over will get these two. Y'all are so funny. Herding cats. It's herding cats, people. Herding cats. I'll throw in some of this ephemera that I've sitting here on the desk. I'll throw in some of that into y'all's books as well. Okay. Some of this stuff here. I'll put some of that in here too. Can't put too much, especially international, because they're a little thick. We don't want to. We can't be mailing full on books. These bend, so as long as they bend like that, they usually will, and they're not too thick. They'll go as a letter with extra postage, of course. But I don't have to put, packing, tracking, and all that. All right. All right. I'm going to count down. Get your numbers in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last call. Get your number in. Get it in and stop. Okay, let's pick a new number. Let me go back over here. Random.org. Okay, there's the last number. All right, new number. First two people closest to 2. And I'm sure everybody probably went over 2, or at least, maybe there's one person, but Peggy had 3. All right, I'm scrolling back. Did anybody have, in the red cold had 1. So in the red cold, I don't know you in the red cold. You'll have to send me your address. In the red cold had 1. So you'll get a first pick unless somebody got 2 on the nose. If nobody got 2, then I will pick another number. Okay, is that the only person? Okay. And It's me, Auntie Row knows. Okay, so Auntie Row, I still don't know if I have your address, Auntie Row. So Auntie Row. Okay, so here's my email. Here's my email, Auntie Row. Again, if you don't, and it's always in my description box, by the way, guys, my email. So email me again, Auntie Row. All right. So Auntie Row, you get to pick one of these two, and then we're going to pick another number. Okay, number 3. Okay, Auntie Row. All right, you get that one. All right, now we're going to pick another. Nobody has to put in another number. I'm just going to pick another. I'm going to pick another one. Here we go. Right. First person closest to 39. So now I'm going to scroll back to the numbers y'all already put in and find out who is closest to 39 without going over. Let's see. I see Denise Chang has 32. I'm scrolling. I'm still scrolling. Oh, Mary Robertson has 33. We're looking for the closest to 39. 39 without going over. So let's see. Mary Robertson at 33. I'm scrolling. Y'all let me know. My mods will find it for me before I do. Wait, Joan Bell had 33 first. Oh, Jennifer McKinnon had 35. Did anybody get closer than 35? Oh, wait. Belinda Smith has 38. So unless somebody got closer to 38, did anybody get closest to 38? Belinda Smith. Okay, Belinda, you have 38. I'll need you to send me your address. I don't share your address with anybody. I don't put you on an email list. So, Belinda, here's my email again. Email me. Y'all do it today if y'all wanted me to go to the post office tomorrow. Get them out tomorrow. Okay. So, Belinda, you'll get this one. Adventure begins outside. All right. Do we get everybody there? All right, Belinda. Congratulations. Thanks for playing. Thanks, everybody, for playing. Yeah, I counted them down until I got to the one that was the closest. And my mods got it all up for me. Let's see. Thank you. You're welcome, guys. Here's my envelopes. Let's put that over here. All right. So let's go ahead and work on another page. Got about 30 minutes or so. We'll work on another page, and I'll pick out some of this ephemera here and these postage and all this stuff. I got all kinds of stuff here. Tim Holtz things. And I'll put some of this in y'all's, what do you call it? Books. All right, so let's see. Let me go ahead and take these out because I'm going to continue to use these. And let's do page 4. Let's do a page 4. Okay. And let's go ahead and do some of the golden colors here. The yellow and the gold colors here. Again, I like those colors. And that's the colors in these leaves and flowers. All right. Oh, thank you, Devin. That was so sweet of you. Thanks for all the fun, inspiration, and giveaways. Happy New Year, Dee Dee and family and Fibs. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Devin. I'm going to send you some ephemera. I'm going to send you some ephemera for the super chat. Thank you so much, Devin. Devin ephemera. Thank you so much for the super chat, Devin. I do appreciate it. You will be getting some ephemera. Thanks, Judy. Yeah, I appreciate everybody watching. We have almost 200 people today. Thumbs up, people. Thumbs up. All my lurkers. Happy New Year, lurkers. Yeah. That's okay. That's normal around here, Devin. Typos. All right, so let's go ahead and do one more page, and then if we leave a couple minutes early, y'all know where to go next. Go to Janet Nash. If one of the mods want to put in Janet Nash and Janet Young, or the link to Miriam or Raul's um channels, where the community tab has all the information. Let's see. I think I want one of these square ones. Let's see here. I already used those two. Let's see. Let me find another one. We've used those stencils. Let me go over here to my stencils. Not this one. I like that. And I don't clean them, so sometimes some of the previous ink gets off onto the new pages. But again, it doesn't bother me that much. So if that happens, then just know, if you don't like that, clean your stencils. Thank you. Thank you, Bacola. All right. And then Janet posted the link to the stream, Miriam's community tab stream list. So if y'all missed anybody, you can go back and watch them later. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a couple of these 2 pages, which will be number 4. This will be day 4. All right. So let's just go ahead. And again, I'm just going to kind of go around here. This is just background. I just do the stencil to have some background here. And if y'all like stencils, Mariah, somebody want to put Mariah's PM Art Studios link in there. If you like stencils, stamps, jelly plating, you can go over there to PM Art Studios. Okay, so let's put some brown in there. I have a couple of their stencils around here somewhere. Thank you, Deb E. I haven't sent you a super chat this year. Well, I haven't sent you any collage fodder this year, Debbie. So I'm going to write you down too. Debbie. Ephemera. Ephemera pack. Okay. Thank you, Debbie. I haven't sent you out anything this year. Thank you, Janet. All right. Let's keep going here. And I'll just, I'm going over the other parts that I've already stenciled, and it just kind of layers it up. Just go along the edge there. That's pretty good. So, Miriam, thank you, Miriam. Miriam, you, of all people, did not have to do that, Miriam. But thank you so much. And I will be sending you. Miriam's actually been getting my mail. So thank you, Miriam. And thank you and Raul again for all that you did to put together the Streamathon. I'm going to send you a collage pack, collage ephemera. Thank you, Miriam. Yeah, she's been getting my mail, which I'm happy to know, happy to see. So thank you, Miriam. I'm adding you to the pile. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Hi, Vanessa. Who else am I missing? Thanks, guys. Oh, thanks, Miriam. That's so sweet. I do appreciate that. Okay. There we go. Let's keep rolling here. We'll work for a few more minutes. Might leave a little early. Y'all can take a little break before we go to Janet Nash's. Do I have a 3x5 tiny journal I am keeping for passwords? Don't tell anyone. I'm going to decorate it. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's fun. It's fun to do these. It's fun. You could put your passwords secretly hidden under leaves and flowers if you want to. Hi, Carla, you too. Happy New Year to you too. Anybody else I miss? Rain Girl. All right, so let's see what we're going to do. This is going to be day 4. So I want to use, I'm going to kind of spread this out. Let's go ahead and just use these 2 leaves right here. Let's use these 2 leaves. Again, I have extras in a 16-month calendar. you know. So and plus, you know, ephemera, you know. Could use that other, I could use this stamp and make some lines. Maybe we'll do that too. All right, so let me just cut this out real quick. Make some lines to put some journaling or some numbers. And again, you can stamp them out, you can write them out, you know, whatever you want to do. Go back and if you're just getting here, go back and see some of the samples I showed a little while ago. So who here is excited about doing Janet Young's scavenger hunt? I know Denise is, my daughter. I know Denise is excited about it. Is anybody else excited about the scavenger hunt this year? You do have 3 months to do the scavenger hunt. So, you know, you have 3 months. Let's see. I think I'm going to ink the edges of this. What did I do with my... Oh. Still a little bit of ink in here. Maybe we'll even fold it and give it a little distressed edge there. Maybe another distressed edge. You bend it, then you got a little crease there. Then when you go over it, you got a little crease. Has she posted? No, she'll do that at 1 o'clock, Vanessa. She'll post it at 1 o'clock Eastern when she comes on. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this. What do I want to do for a 4? Do I want to draw it? Do I want to stamp it? I think I'll just write it. I think I'll just put a big 4 on here. Let me get a here. Make it kind of thick. Now, I've got to be careful. This is thin paper. Am I going to go through? No, it's not going through. Okay, so this is the January 4th. So I want to put this down. What else do I want? I want this. I'm going to stamp. Let me change the date again for y'all. Let's see. 2, 3. I think that is that 4. Let me go over here. Nope, that went the wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. January 4th. I'm going to put something else behind it, though. Let's see. I want to send this out to one of y'all, so I want to save that. Save some of that good stuff to send out to you guys. Like that. Okay, kind of like that. And what do I want over here? I think I'm going to just put circles over here to write. All right, so let's do that. So let's tape this stuff down. And I'm just using double-sided tape. Again, you can use glue sticks or, you know, be careful with the, if you use like Eileen's tacky or glue, you know, wet glue, because these pages are thin. Pages are thin. But I hope y'all had fun and got some ideas for the new year by doing this. I just want a little bit of glue on the stem. Cat's rolling around under my feet. All right, let's put this down here, maybe like this. Maybe a piece of washi tape over it. Let's see what color do I want. Here, I got these colors here. I just picked 3 or 4 rolls. So I think I want this part right in here. I'm going to get rid of the blue. Thank you. Thank you, Dare. Who else am I missing? Anybody else popping in that I missed? All right, let's go ahead and I think I will use the brown ink. And these are stamp foamies. I don't know whose design this one is. I'm sorry, I just don't remember. All right, so now I'm just going to do this. And you can journal on these lines. If you want them perfect, you can match them up, but I don't, you know. And then you can make some notes. You could just, even if you wrote one word on each one of these about what you're thankful for, a word on each line, you know, a word on each line. Let's see what else. Maybe a couple of stamps here. This Liberty stamp probably be a good one for January 1st because New Year's, you know. All right. Maybe a little word or a date. Here's a fragile, handle with care. Let's see. I'll dig through here, find some little, says special. Let's put that on there. I like that. What does this say? I just want some of those blank. Here we go. Something like this. Here we go. These little things. Maybe a couple of these. Little stamp. Tape sticking out. Let's not have the tape sticking out. Tape your pages shut. Digging through all the little ephemera here. So you can see, you get the idea, right? Let's see. Brenda's having poached eggs. All right. Y'all have any questions or comments or anything? We can stamp there. You could stamp a couple more of the date. And you can continuously add too, guys. I mean, I'm just kind of, I don't want to say I'm hurrying, but you know, kind of hurrying. Let's put another one of these here. Tape. This one has a little hole in it. We could put, hang on, I got a little string thing, a little twine over here. This is a good, I got a little bit of this color. Kind of goes, I think. Let's just cut a little piece of this off. Just remember now, if you make lots of knots and bumps and lumps, if you're going to journal, you want to be aware that, you know, you don't want it too lumpy and bumpy. I'm going to move this over so I have room to write there. Okay, and then let's put a little more tape back on here. All right. Okay, I think y'all get the idea. I'm just seeing if anybody has any questions or comments. So this is what we got so far for January. Again, I'll be doing this in this book, but I'll continue to try to work a few into this book here so that y'all can get ideas and, you know, things throughout the year. So this is January 1 and 2. Line. I just drew the lines. You can draw them. You can make them thicker, thinner. You know, if you want to write more, you can make another line in here. Let's see, where's I thought I had the brown. Let's see. Let's get a kind of a brown color here. You can go in here and make another line. So you have, if you don't write that big, you can. Don't hesitate to use a ruler, Janet. Not that I have to tell Janet to use a ruler. You can pick a word a month to journal about or be thankful, whatever. It's just to, keep you inspired throughout the year. Right? I'm going to start this type of journal. So yeah, it's just so fun, and you can use anything. All right, so now I do want to splatter. I got a splatter on this one and this one. So let's go ahead and do a little splattering. Then we should be able to go. Again, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for all the well wishes. Happy New Year. The super chats throughout the year, supporting the channel throughout the year, and I hope everybody's going to have a great 2024. Let me get my other. This one just has some nature colors in it, which I'll use on the next page. This one I want to get out some blues. Let me find my water brush here. Let's get let's see what this is. That's too blue. Let's see this color. That's too blue. I need to dull it down a little. Gray it down a little. Let's put a little brown in there. There we go. Now let's make it squeeze some water. I think this brush is about empty. Okay. So I think it is empty. Let me get a little bit of water. Oh. There we go. So you can still write over the splatters. Okay. All right, so I don't want to mess that up. Let's find something to put in between. Let me just throw a stencil in there, just to have something so that they don't touch. Okay, now let's go over here to this one. Let's get maybe some orange and yellow there. A little bit more of the brown color. Just gives a little bit more oomph, Oh, thank you, John. Thank you, John. John's our resident Oak Island expert, if you will. John has a YouTube channel and a awesome Facebook group if y'all are into Oak Island. Thank you so much, John. John will not want any of my ephemera. Just saying. Thank you, John, and Happy New Year. Will there be a show? Will you be doing a show this tomorrow, Tuesday? I don't even know. Is there a show this week? Oak Island? Actual Oak Island episode this week? I'm not even sure if there is. There is? Okay, so John said he's going to be doing tomorrow. And yeah, John does the show before Oak Island on Tuesday, and then he and Judy do a recap on Wednesdays on his channel right there, Quest to Oak Island, right there. So I hope you have a good New Year's. Roasting beef dinners. Yum. Okay. So let's see. Aunt Beck says she just got the potatoes over cream potatoes. All right. Back to normal. Good. It's good to hear, John. All right, guys. Well, I am going to head out. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing some ideas for journaling in 2024, using calendars, ephemera, whatever else, you want to use, magazine pages. Go back and watch all the other streamers as you can for the last 2 days. And again, Janet Nash comes on in about 20 minutes. And then Janet Young with the scavenger hunt comes on at 1. Wait, Elisa. Wait, Elisa. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a Happy New Year. All right, guys. We'll see you at Janet Nash's in about 20 minutes. And yeah. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a blessed day and a blessed 2024. Okay, guys. Bye.